Had to put my uniform on for the cues for this episode, man. Big shout out to my dog, QuailNotFunny, for joining us on today's episode of the podcast. And really enjoyed connecting with him back at Greek 3's Magnified Conference in Houston in April and hearing everything that he spoke about, from being a content creator for some years now to even getting into the hosting space to events. You name it, he will bring the vibe to your place, to your space, from homecomings to festivals to concerts. Quail is there, and Quail will definitely put on a show for you. So even spoke to a lot of what he does personally, from just how he gets his inspiration, how he gets his motivation, how the content creator journey has been since starting before the pandemic to going through the pandemic to now even after the fact and really still making things happen. But even gave us some things to look forward to with his merchandise. You know, Twin Trends, they started with the Naruto collab, and then recently they did the Power Ranger collab. So I would definitely be on the lookout if you're in the D9 space for what's to come next. They definitely try to bring that nostalgia feel with everything that they do. So without further ado, enjoy episode 189, Create and Connect. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner. So inching closer and closer to 200 episodes, man, I'm very excited not only to really hit another milestone within the podcast journey, but also very excited to be sitting down with my brother here today, in a literal sense from a fraternity aspect, but somebody who I was able to connect with recently in Houston, man. We had a conference out there. Shout out to Greek 3 for putting that amazing
Magnified conference.
Definitely somebody who, I've been following the content for quite some time. It's between just viral moments, between relatable things, between him being in the same fraternity as myself, and to really just put a face to the name, to really see it in person, to really talk and kind of see things come to fruition. I'm very excited for it. So very excited for him to get on here, really speak to my content creators, really speak to a lot of people out there who may be in that space, maybe along that journey just the same, hear about his story, hear about what he's done, and really he may even be able to shed some light and give some insight as to how to propel your business and your brand just the same. So, well, before we get into all things that you got going on, how are you doing? How's everything your way?
I can't complain, dog, man. Appreciate you, like I said, inviting me to a podcast. Like we linked up. It was all good vibes. You know what I mean? And we followed up, like, we was both our man of our words, and we, got to it. But yeah, I've been good, man. I can't complain. Like, life's been, I've been going through bad stuff and good stuff, but right now I'm at a good space, girl. Can't complain. How about you?
We good, man. We good on this end. Definitely, just getting that balance back, like you said, the taking the high, the lows, the good with the bad, and everything like that. But I can never complain, brother. And like you said, whenever you get the opportunity to connect with the like-minded, to have somebody across from you kind of moving in the same trajectory on the same path, it's definitely amazing. So I want to do one thing here. I want to bring everybody up to speed. I know we're going to have some people tapping in from our side, from your side. We're going to have some newcomers along the way. So to get everybody on the same page, to bring everybody on an even playing field, can you, one, just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then can you, two, just tell us what brings you on the Down to Business podcast today?
Yeah, man. So, like you said, I'm a part of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, the Q Dogs. You feel me? I you know how that go. So I crossed at Ohio State University, spring 16. So I've been a member of the frat for 8 years, and I'm a content creator, but basically more Greek related or college related or HBCU type related, or like Black excellence type related, sketches and skits and videos. From TikTok, IG, YouTube, just all type of content. I go around the country hosting step shows, festivals, whether it's, music based, whether it's fraternity, sorority based, whether it's, whatever it's the young 20-year-old crowd, like whatever it is. And I just really just branch off my content that I make online into my business. So like these shirts, like, this is like my own clothing brand. Me and Rika Joe, she the poodle, so we got like our own type of like clothing line, merch line, and really just branching off of that. And we'll probably get into that a little later, but so yeah, that's a little bit about myself for sure.
Oh, shout out to Rika though. Shout out to her, man.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Rika. She was at the conference too. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, she did her thing, held it down as a moderator. But I love that, bro. I love how you kind of entered the space, but within that, you've gained not only the experience and went through, the trials and the tribulations that come with being a content creator, a business owner, brand specialist, everything like that. But you've also you've kept yourself as versatile as possible. Whereas, you start kind of in the skit lane, comedic relief, everything like that. Like you said, now you're getting into the merch space. Now you're hosting,
Yeah.
around traveling, everything like that. So I love the fact that how we can come into business one way, but it really just come full circle when it's all said and done. So I really want to get into the branch off into the original start, bro.
Yeah.
So was it really an Omega Psi Phi thing, a fraternity thing, a D9 thing that kind of
Mm.
propelled you into this, more so got you into this relatable content? Where did it really start? Was it something growing up? Were you like the class
Yeah.
clown? Was the person who loved to joke? Everything like that. What was that really? What were some of your kind of
Yeah.
early memories and early beginnings for what you do now?
I think like I always was like a straight A student. Like I always was like cool. I played sports and everything, but I was like cool. Like I was a straight A, so I wasn't like a dummy. So I never was like the class clown. I never wanted to like get on the teacher's bad side, nothing like that. But in a group, like if I'm comfortable and it's two, three, four, five, and I'm with the homies or I'm around some girls, like I definitely can make everybody laugh, blah blah blah. But I ain't really thinking nothing of it until I got a nephew, actually, my nephew cousin, and he was like, bro, you need to do like pick up a camera, like you need to do skits, you need to do YouTube. I'm like, bro, like I can't do that, like what I mean, like I'm just chilling, you know what I mean? And then yeah, bro, like I was really like in the middle of like homelessness in a way type, you feel me, like, and literally like sleeping on a floor in like a trap house type vibe. Like it was crazy. And I just picked up a camera. I was like, man, I gotta do something to like keep me going. And it didn't start off like Greeky or nothing. It was just like I think I did like a crackhead skit or something crazy, something just weird, you know what I mean? I just did it. I ain't tell nobody. I just was like, I'm just do it. And yeah, man. Then once I kind of like started finding my branch, like my niche and my people and my brand, and then like the Greek kind of fell in love with me. And I'm like, okay, like, let me like spin it and do my own little spin to it. And it just kind of took off from there. So that's a little bit of how it started. Yeah.
It's always like a defining moment, or it's always sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
person, or maybe like that sign or that signal, because I had people projecting, not even really projecting, but suggesting the
Yeah.
same things to me from YouTube to TikTok. And I kind of always hit them with the same thing, man.
Yeah.
It's not the lane I'm trying to be in. That's not where I'm trying to move to. And it was just like
Mm-hmm.
every time that I went and did something that I was procrastinating on, or was kind of making excuses for, it then came to my benefit. I get on
Yeah.
YouTube, got more traction that way, got people discovering me that way. I get on TikTok now, I'm getting more followers. I got people tapping in from the IG side of things and everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy how sometimes when you really just take that step, it may not yield the results like that instant gratification. It may not give you what you want right there in the
Mm-hmm.
moment. But eventually that consistency, man, you can definitely continue to build and go that way. So being
Yeah.
that we are in an age where everybody has an opinion, especially on social media. Everybody just wants to talk or repost,
Everybody.
give their
Everybody.
sense, whatever the case may be. Right. Has that in any way altered your approach, altered the way that you kind of make your content, your sketches, not the skits and sketches,
Yeah. Say that 5 times fast.
like in a sense, like, yeah, bro, it got somebody say that 5 times fast for me. But to
Yeah.
I feel like there's a difference between when you put things out that are relatable versus also as an entertainer, as a comedian, bro, you have to be in a sense a people pleaser. You have to be somebody
Yeah.
who gives the people what they want to see, what they want to hear. So with so much going on out here, with so many opinionated people, with so many people liking, disliking, being able to just have all this content at their disposal, has that
Yeah.
tailored your approach at all? Do you kind of take a lot of feedback from like your audience, your crowd, your friends? What does that really look like for you when you're putting some of
Yeah.
these videos together?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. And that's something I'm like still figuring out, but like I definitely had some and my followers will know this, people know me, like I definitely had some controversial skits and sketches, like a lot, what I mean? Everybody, I got some stuff. So like I definitely went through the whole like phase of like the cancel culture, like literally went through the whole apology video, like a lot, you know what I mean? So that I think that moment and a couple other moments I kind of learned that like I just have to kind of stay true to myself because I kind of learned that like a lot of stuff don't matter. Like as long as you kind of know your goal and your vision and you really do it for the right reason, which all my skits is I believe I am, that stuff kind of blow over and like it's like real, it's like a week long span of like kind of heightened like, oh my god, like what's going on? Then like next week somebody else do something else, and then Kendrick could drop a diss, Drake drop, you know what I mean? And everybody like talking about something else. But I feel like, yeah, just like staying true to myself and like knowing my core fan base and my core people that I don't even call them fans, like family. Like we just be vibing. Like, you can take pictures with me, I don't care. Like, we just cool. Them people that I do it for, that DM me and say like, you made my day, them the people that really like, that I really care for, and like I don't really care about the other opinions. And I think there's more as I get in this game, that's the more that I'm gonna have to like stick to like, you know, keep me going. So yeah.
For sure, it's definitely, you know, when, like you said, when you come into things with a certain mindset, and when you put things out that you believe in, that you stand by,
Mm-hmm.
that you like, as much as, you know, you ain't about to let one person, two people make or break what you do or whatever. It is still kind of like, we're still human beings, you know, and nobody
Yeah, for
wants
sure.
not feel discouraged or disheartened, or just
Yeah.
get some negative feedback or anything. Whereas it can be helpful, you know, it's a lot that can be said on social media. You go through some of these comments and
Mm-hmm.
even some of the top tier people, like, you know, you got
Yeah.
the, even as you spoke to Drake and Kendrick. Now some of these
Yeah.
people in these comments and everything, it's just like,
They
dang,
gonna
like it's that that's a grown man with a family, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, they don't care. They ruthless, bro. They
I'm
ruthless.
telling you, and
They might
being
comment on this, like
facts. Like, you could have been a fan all your life. They say one wrong thing or something uncovers, or
yeah.
you get, like you said, that cancel culture. I feel like that's a big thing, and it's been a big thing since all these viral moments and just happenings, and with everything. Somebody,
You gotta know how to separate it too. Like, you really gotta know how to be like, yeah, that's on the internet. Like, they don't know me. They don't know my family. My people know me, and then that's, you know, because it can be hard for sure, challenging.
have you noticed now, because something that you spoke about in the beginning too
Mm-hmm.
was your performances, and now hosting
Mm-hmm.
different things, traveling different places, the conference, being a speaker, everything of the sort. Now, have you had any difficulties when it comes to adjusting being in front of that crowd? Because, you know, some people can be content creators all day long, get behind the
Yeah.
camera, get in front of the camera, do the editing, everything like that. But when you're
Mm-hmm.
in person, when you got to do it on the spot, when you got to even still like rebound or mess up or double take, you know, you can't just restart
Hey.
the show and be like, all right, let me come back out, let me do
Yeah.
this, you know, we're gonna restart all over. So have you had any adjustments, awkward moments, anything that you kind of had to do when
Yeah.
differentiating between what you do for social media and then what you do like live and direct?
Oh yeah, of course. And I've been hosting for about going on like 3 years. So like, definitely when I first started, like my first hosting was like Jackson State, bro, homecoming. Like, my first ever hosting. That's like, mind you, like prime there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like top of the line. You feel me? Like, I think like Brittany Renner or somebody was there that week. Like, some, like, it was all the celebrities. So it's like, not saying they was at the step show, but they was at the, you know what I mean, the tailgate. So, you know, that was like 3,000-4,000 people, my first thing. So like, you know, just like adjusting to like, oh, I have 5,000 likes or 2,000 likes or 100,000 views, but seeing thousands of people in front of you in a seat, it's a different type of feel. So I think like it was definitely like an adjustment, and like just like transitioning from like behind the camera, because it's just me. Like, it looks stupid. I'm just setting up a tripod doing me, and then people watch it. But when people actually is live and they actually looking at you, it's a blessing, because like you got a chance to really see like your talent. But it can be like, if you don't work on it and you got to practice, because you can definitely see it downfall like that. In comedy, you say one wrong joke, you do this. Like, I didn't have Reds literally, like, it's like what's it called, like hassle or I forgot what it heckle me, like literally Reds like in the crowd, like, you feel me, like it's funny, but it's like you got to really be on that, like, you feel me, but it's a blessing, and I learn every day. I'm getting better at it. I'm like, now I'm more, able to do my thing. I've been doing it for 3 years, so it's a little bit, it's definitely better than the first time. So yeah, it's definitely an adjustment, and you definitely gotta change. It's definitely different from content creation for sure.
Real life, that heckling can be
Yeah,
very
heckling, yeah,
difference between, like, you know, being on IG live or
yeah.
being social media or having a video or being able to edit and stuff like that. When you in
Mm-hmm.
person, it's all or nothing. It's basically,
Mm-hmm.
this is one take Drake in a sense. So it's just like, you know, like you said, even perfecting that craft, even feeling like you had a great show or you had a great performance or you did good, just fine tuning certain things or just ironing
Yeah,
out those kinks can definitely be a process in itself. So I want
yeah,
to talk about routine. I want to talk about now, like you said, getting into the 3 years of this. We even
yeah,
spoke a little bit earlier. You texted me just to tap in and double check and make sure everything was good, because I'm sure that you
yeah,
follow a routine. If I couldn't show up or do anything like this, you
yeah,
probably would have stayed in the lab or had different
yeah,
things to do or edit or whatever. So as a fellow one-man band myself, as somebody who just runs the podcast, does all the editing, securing the interviews and everything like that,
Yeah.
what does your routine look like nowadays? Are you setting just aside content days, edit days? Are you writing down just video ideas? Are you scrolling and getting motivation from different places? Are you saying, okay, Monday, Tuesday, I want to be doing this. Wednesday, Thursday, I want to be doing this. Over the weekend, I want to be doing this. And it could even change. So if if we're changing, then definitely give us some insight into that too. But what does it look like for you on a daily basis for content creation?
Bro, it's, to be honest, like I be trying to make it like very scheduled. Like I be trying, like I have a scheduler and everything, and I can write like to tomorrow. I could be like, okay, for when, like, tomorrow's Tuesday. Okay, so for Wednesday, I gotta do this. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna write these skits. I'm gonna go on this. I'm gonna da da da. I'm gonna do YouTube, and then follow it. And then by the time like Wednesday come for Thursday, I'll be like, I'm gonna just play it by ear tomorrow. And then like I wake up and I just be like, I just vibe with it. So it's really sporadic. It's really random. Like, especially with the like content creation and like like especially with ideas and everything flowing, you can get idea randomly. You might say, oh, I can do this with that, or I can have this person on this podcast this day to do this because I got this coming up, like Clay coming up. There's so many opportunities, like, so it's really just random for me, man. Especially like different platforms of like YouTube and TikTok and IG and yeah, and then like selling of the merch and everything. So I just wake up now and it's like whatever I can do, I just do it. Like I gotta, if I do this, I'm accomplished. If I make 10 videos, I'm good. If I do I got a podcast, like Down to Business podcast. That's an accomplishment. It's just kind of I just flow with it. But I always try to make sure that like the one like the business side like this is taken care of. That's why I hit you up. Like let me make sure like this is 100% because this is of importance. I can make the TikToks. I can create that. I can do that. Around this versus doing that. You doing this around that. So it's really random. For real.
I understand, bro. It's definitely I feel you as somebody who I got a notepad on the side of me. I got the board at home. I got the iPhone reminders. That's like I live and die by iPhone reminders. But
Yeah.
it's like you map something out. It sound good in your mind. You're gonna do this, and that. Sometimes you
Hmm.
get some things done earlier. Sometimes something else comes up. Sometimes an interview may pop up. Other content, everything like that.
Yeah.
I feel that ever changing, that everlasting. But I also do still love that even through it all, there's still some type of progression. I remember with
Hmm.
myself, I just used to want to just knock so many things out, and I just kept telling myself, "Yo, like 1% better. Like just do something that I did
Yeah.
yesterday. Do
Yeah.
something that I can rebound on tomorrow. I don't have to knock everything out today. I don't have to do all
Hmm.
my follow-ups today. But if I get a quarter done or half of them done, then that'll give me some less work to do the next day, the following day. So it's also
Hmm.
too about just those little things and how those
It's like
little
a
things
compound effect, bro. Yeah.
for sure, because those things can start to add up too, and you just keep it. I feel like we've all, as content creators, as business owners, we've had a point where we push things off a little bit too long, and then we realize
Yeah.
how simple things were, but also how the other task looks adds up. Because that's just the business side of things. He still
Yeah.
lives a personal life. You still have things that you do outside of the brand and who people are. And I love that point that you made at the conference about how sometimes people have to differentiate what's on social media, what they see online, what that
Hmm.
personality is that they see versus who you really are as a person. And I feel like sometimes that's
Hmm.
where that feedback and miscommunication can come in just the same too. So as we were speaking about moving into another lane, you spoke on the shirts. I kind of want to give a shameless plug, obviously, to the bros and other people out there, but speak to
Hey,
a
for
little bit
sure.
about this. How did this collaboration with Rika come in? When did was
Oh, you
merch
gotta,
something
I
that you
gotta
want
show,
to
I gotta show the merch. You feel
now?
me?
Pop it up. Let's see
Gotta,
what's going
show
on.
the merch. You know what I mean?
Dog Ranger
But
now.
yeah, Dog Ranger. Yeah, so Rika, that's like my sister, man. So we like just hit it off, made hundreds of videos together, like a lot of content. We kick it all the time, so it's just we already got like a natural bond. And I don't got nobody around me that ain't natural. Like you can be my acquaintance or we cool, but like you ain't really in my group if we ain't just can't just like kick it, like just period. So once the idea, we just she does the designs, and she was just like, yeah, I know how to do designs, and I'm like, word, because I got a vinyl machine, got like like random like skinny bro, and like random just sayings on a vinyl that's like $20 shirts, $15 shirts I'm selling, and she can do the whole designs, and I'm like, hey, like let's collab. And then we did like a Naruto D9 collab last year, and like people ate them up. So we were just like, okay, like we can really do something with this. And we saw like the business opportunity, rechanged everything. It's Twin Trends is the name of our merch line. And then we just about to really just hit them. So this is like our latest line out, the Dog Rangers and the Power Ranger collabs, a little, nostalgia feeling for the D9 orgs, all 9 of them. And yeah, we just gonna keep coming, keep, what I mean, keep having merch and keep, doing our thing, bro, and keep going.
I love that, man. Yeah, I could definitely tell just from hearing her speak and seeing how she moved at the conference, just the type of creative individual that she was. Then I connected with her on social media and I really just saw everything. So that's really dope, bro. And I do love the nostalgic aspect that y'all are hitting with it too. I think that's cool. People always love seeing things that are animated. Even one of my most recent videos for the pod plays off the Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh, yeah, that's lit.
So I can't wait to drop it. One of my favorite shows growing up, but I love that, people can connect to that. And especially when you have a it's one thing to have a like-minded just person in general, but it's another thing when y'all share mutual connections. In this case, the Divine Nine, man. It was so amazing just being able to connect with all of those people. And it's another thing, as you spoke to, it's another thing to have genuine people around you, bro. It's one thing to just, people can acquaint with you, say, hey, I know him, I see him on the TV or whatever. Shout out to my LB tapping in with us. But it's another thing when these people, like you said, it's just genuine, it's just authentic, it's just the vibes and it's just the energy. And you love that, bro, just because one, it helps to ease just the process of being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, somebody who understands it, somebody who could be in a totally different, like I'm a podcaster, but we both still create content. We both still do certain where we have to, we have an audience that we have to appeal to. We have merch that we sell to the sort. So thinking a little futuristic now about, we're 3 years in, but obviously this will become 5, 10, 15, however long you really choose to do with it. What is it really like? What are you thinking moving forward as far as like an organizational structure? Do you essentially one day hope to have like a team? Do you one day hope to have people around you that will obviously make things a little bit easier from recording to making the content to selling the merch to everything like that? What does that really look like? How are you thinking moving forward?
Yeah, that's a good question too, because I'm kind of like, I got like a team, I got like a videographer, and I got like certain people in certain spots, but and I have like good friends, and they make content as well, like you said, Rika Joe and like Mahogany and other people that surround me as well. Um, that help me out and we can help each other out in different aspects. But definitely like as I get bigger and as I'm getting booked more and it's like more of a like monetization is the next, like that's that's it. That's next. You feel me? So I think once I get more into that space and it's like I need things handled, that I just want to really focus on the craft. Like if I can just focus on the content or just focus on my jokes and getting funnier and getting better and more entertaining, and have delegate that and trust people that to handle certain things, then yeah, that's definitely the goal. Like the Kevin Harts, the Drakes, the Beyonce, you want to have that big team eventually, because that's gonna help. That's gonna help you grow, and you can grow your team. And yeah, that's definitely the goal for sure. But I think right now I'm just really want people I trust, and I'm just picking people out, and I'm just vibing, and I'm just just taking it day by day or whatever. So yeah.
Facts. I love that, man. It's always, as I feel like as for what we do for the lane that we're in, it's definitely something that is just always on the back of your mind, but it's also something that you recognize. Some of these people are around you, and some of these people may not have like that official title, but they add value to the brand in a sense. And you don't just want to put anybody on. You don't just want to have anybody out there promoting or pushing this vision, because at the end of the day, this is you. This is what you do. This is who you are. Your name is on it. And I always stress to people, go hard, people can love, support, but nobody's ever going to go as hard as you are for your brand, for what you do, what you got going on. So you always just have to remember that and take that into consideration just the same. So now, okay, along this journey, 3 years, man, I know it's obviously
I've been doing this. Oh, you talking about just the hosting 3 years, but
so the host. Okay, so we're gonna even go, because you said
the content in 2019, so it's like it gotta be 5 years coming up on like September. So yeah,
that's crazy. The last two people who I talked to, we both started. My last episode, he started his podcast back in 19. I started my pod back in 19. 19 was just that year, man.
It was like right before COVID, like, and then COVID hit, and it was just like, oh man, like
this is really what we go into. I love it.
It's going by fast though,
bro. It's 2024. We halfway through at this point. I can't even, I can't even really keep up to even think about, me celebrating my 5 years later this year. Crazy. would have never thought about it.
I
But
feel like
now
I just started yesterday, like
telling
for
you,
real. Like I feel like I ain't even do nothing yet.
telling you, that's the beauty of it, bro. It's just like
I feel like I ain't do nothing.
you've amassed so much. I've come across you in so many different ways. People have connected with you and all of that. But
Yeah,
the ideas, the vision that you got for yourself, man, it's just so unfathomable at some points that it's just like, man, I'm
yeah,
just scratching the surface. This is just really the beginning of the foundation. So
yeah,
reflecting on your journey, reflecting, going really way back to 2019, getting the feedback from
yeah.
your cousins, getting on YouTube, having these different social media sites, everything that comes with it. What would you say was one of the most challenging, eye-opening moments for you? Like, what did you ever have a moment where you really just wanted to hang it all up, just close the tripod, close the laptop, cancel things, go start putting some applications somewhere else? Did you
Yeah.
have something that was almost like, yeah, for some people I really call it like that aha moment, but I really just want that moment where it was just like your back was against the wall and you really just had to make something shake.
I feel like I never had a moment where I was like, I never was like I'm gonna give up. I never ever was like, oh, I'm about to hang it up. I don't think. But I think when I did the meet to meet video when like I was dancing, like literally I had the song been out since like 2015 or something, and I had put it on like TikTok and danced with like an animated like little robot character and hop with him, and so innocently because I already did it to the already danced with him to like I'm a dog, and Atomic Dog. So I'm like, oh, let me do all the bruh videos, like haha, right? And I think once that like blew up and like went kind of negative, it just opened my eyes to like, dang, like my pure intentions, like everyone doesn't have the same type of like they don't take my intentions well, like so it kind of just opened my eyes to like who's really there for me and who really like want to help me and who really like believe in me and who really is just kind of like because it was crazy, like it was like my like I don't think of myself as like a celebrity or nothing, but that was like a really like viral type of thing, and that was like wasn't my vision of it, but it was like a lot of people like switched up and stuff. And I'm like, this is like a little TikTok. It was crazy. So I think that was like probably like my biggest moment of like what was it? Not come to Jesus moment, but like, just like my turnaround moment was like, okay, like is I feel like Denzel, like, all right, I'm putting cases on all y'all. Like it made me go way hard. I was like, okay, bet. Like that's how y'all is. Like, all right, I'm gonna show y'all, like, all right, bet. And then I feel like I went harder after that because it was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna show y'all video. I'm gonna do more videos. I'm gonna do more. Like I'm gonna go on tour. Like what I mean. I'm gonna go to your. I'm gonna pull up at your school and I like nah, man, yo, like. So it was over from there. But now I be chilling and stuff now. So yeah. But that definitely was
Yeah.
it for sure.
Say walk in your trap, take over your trap. I love it. Nah,
Yeah.
it's funny that you went back like that. I remember them robot videos. That's hilarious. It was
They don't
like,
even got that animation no more either. I'm sorry.
that was low. But I think, like you said, it just really goes to show you one the power and the presence of social media. I think back to
Yeah.
how long it's been around. Really, let's go back to like the MySpace days, the
Uh,
IMVU days. Where people were just it was almost more innocent. But I feel like now it's almost
uh,
like some people it's like a job, or it's like you got to check in, or you got to get your
yeah,
opinion.
you got to get good.
You got to get good in a sense on the gram or on
Yeah,
TikTok.
on the ground.
That so you spoke to it a little bit about the conference too, and I loved kind of the point that you hit, and I want to kind of
Mm,
provide that insight to the people listening as
yeah.
well. Being that there are so many social media sites out there from,
Hmm.
and then even social media sites adopting different things, YouTube with the
Yeah,
shorts,
they copying each other.
pretty much
They copy.
everybody keeping up with the Joneses at this point.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you in your approach to content creation? Are you saying, okay, I know I have to create certain videos for IG,
Hmm.
TikTok, or even Vine when Vine was a thing?
Yeah.
YouTube now or anything like that, or
Hmm.
are you just a creator in general and just repurposing things? Is it a mix of both? What does it really look like? Because I could
Yeah.
imagine you're spread out across pretty much every platform that you can get the promotion and that you can get some
Yeah.
odds. So what does that look like when you're actually tailoring it to make your content?
Yeah. So it's really like you really have to know your audience in each like social media realm. So like you got Twitter. Like I done that. I'm off Twitter now because Twitter is like a savage. Like I done went viral on Twitter negatively and positive. Like in one instance, I only take one person to be like, wait, that's wrong, and then it's over. But like, you know, like different platforms got different type of audience and different niche. So you got TikTok, which is like everyone's on TikTok. No one cares what you do. You can not go viral. Like no one cares. It's TikTok. The algorithm is insanely good and all that. And then you got like YouTube Shorts, like you mentioned, that's like copies the TikTok in a sense. So those videos are exactly the same. So like anything on my YouTube Shorts, I put them on TikTok and vice versa. So it's easier. Same with like Facebook Reels and stuff. But like Instagram, you know, like the YouTube videos, of course, like, you know, you got to have them in like the horizontal platform, and they're more like vlogs and like behind the scenes footage. They're longer content. They're like, you know, when I go on the road. The Instagram, they're kind of like Twitter. They like a little bit judgmental, but not in the sense of like they're gonna like clown you like that. But you can't really you got to be on your you know what I mean? Like you can't really drop no lame video. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll be a little bit more cautious. I'll be making it a little bit more skit like, more movie like versus like a little TikTok dance, you know, a little random sound. So you really got to just know your niche and know your different audience, and they always changing like every day. I think I mentioned it at the conference. Like I really do research and videos and the algorithms and like really try to stay ahead, because once you get in that mode and that sense of creation, and you got a whole podcast so you can relate. Like it's really a business aspect that you really got to keep up. Yeah, I'm laughing and this LOLs and stuff, but when you look at your numbers, your analytics, and you're like, okay, if I can do this, then I can get 10,000 more views. It's a different type of thinking process. So yeah, so that's pretty much the mode that I'll be in, and that yeah.
That's a fact. And something that really stood out to me about when you were speaking was the
Mm-hmm.
research component, because I feel like that's something that's often just forgot about, swept under the rug, and people just
That's
want to
overlooked.
push, and don't think that, you know, you have to do some sort of brand research to this. You have to do some sort of acknowledgement to
Yeah.
this. You be naive to just think that you can just put everything out there and it's just going to all be received the same way. No, you can't put the same content on TikTok that you would on Instagram. You can't make a
Mm-hmm.
short the same way you would do a YouTube video. You can't let these
Yeah.
Twitter post. You know, Twitter, you only got a certain amount of characters, and like you said, Twitter,
Yeah.
they're ruthless. My
He said, "Oh,
yo,
ruthless."
to hit on Twitter, man, you got to say something controversial. You just got
Yeah,
to have
yeah,
crazy following around you, or take
yeah.
that one retweet or that one share or quote, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
to really boost your. And it could boost you positively, or it could boost you
Yeah,
negatively, just the same. So I
yeah.
want to also kind of pick your brain a little bit, and even if you want to shed some light or give some advice
Yeah.
to people out there who have businesses, who are entrepreneurs, who are involved in creative spaces, but
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily knowledgeable about the creative space. How important, how crucial, how much time even do you devote to just research, to keeping up with the times, all these technological advancements, and just staying ahead to make sure that you're putting out the best content possible?
I think you got to make it like a habit in your daily life. Like, I don't like, am I reading I read books and all that, and I just like every book I read, I apply it to my creations. You feel me? So like, create like comedy and content creation is like in me, like it's my life. No Diddy, but like, but like you feel me? Like it's a part of me. Like it's really like, you know what I mean? It's a part of me. It's a part of my soul now. So anything I'm doing, it's helping that. So I can read a book about, like I read a book, All About Love by Bell Hooks. You know what I mean? So like it's about I apply the love to comedy in a way. You know what I mean? So I think like every day I'm on TikTok scrolling, I'm looking at ideas. Yeah, I'm laughing at ideas and videos, but I'm like, dang, how did this video go viral? How did they make their audience laugh? Like, you know what I mean? I'm looking at your podcast, like I'm looking at you. You like literally upload like every day, like thank God, or you know what I mean? Some like I'm like, dang, like that's something that people probably up swiping and like, you know, I needed that. Like people are going through a tough time. See you post that, and like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going today. Like you know what I mean? Like just simple stuff like that. So I feel like when you make it a habit, it's just every day. It's not even I don't even think about it. It's just something that's like, how can I make my, apply, look at that, apply that to my creations. And I think when you make it a part of yourself, it's just easy. So for me, it's just like I said, every day, all day.
That's dope. When you find that something that's like almost ingrained to you, it's just like, yeah, for
Hmm.
me, it's second nature. Like I don't let a day go by without a thank you God and a podcast post. And it's to the point now
See?
where LB's friends, even family, if they don't see it for a couple of days, they call and texting me, checking in, because it's just like,
Hmm.
that's what they expected. So no,
Yeah,
I can definitely attest to that a lot. When it comes to
yeah.
you actually creating, do you have like for me, I don't I don't really listen to my podcast until it's time to edit. Like I know kind of what we're
Mm,
talking about, what we're doing, but even in editing, I'm kind of skimming through. I'm trying to grab important points. I'm making
mm-hmm.
sure no technical difficulties happen or anything like that. But I don't really sit
Yeah.
down and digest things. I more so love the feedback aspect of things. I love putting it out there. I love people getting back to me. So for you, when you make a video, are you like checking in with people before? Are you kind of getting like that heat check just to see if what does your creative process look like more so on the post production side of things? Because sometimes I
Yeah.
do send people something. Hey, you think I should move this around? You think I should put this here?
Yeah.
Now, what's your first initial impressions? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you notice that I messed up? Did you see? Because everybody is
Yeah.
not, people who aren't in that space aren't prone to be as, I guess, just like almost like a detective. Like they're not really going to.
Yeah.
I went to school for journalism and communication and public speaking, so I know when my eyes shifted this way, or I know
Yeah.
stuttered or stammered or something like that. But somebody else may not catch that or anything. So for you, when you're
Mm-hmm.
finished with it, do you kind of have like a rigmarole that you go through? People who you check in with? Do you just push certain things out there? What does that look like?
I just post, man. To be honest, I mean, like, I think just for me, I'm just so I can get in my own head or my own way. I'm my biggest critic, so I had to learn to like like anything can go viral. Anything like literally like people just do the randomest stuff and people love it or hate it and go viral. So I just be like, you know what, like if it's ready to go, it's ready to go. Like I don't want anybody to hold me back or anybody to say, oh, you should change this and that. Because it's been like I said, it's been some stuff that like it might be unless it's like someone in the video, like a collaboration, and then we had discussed it. We edit and discuss it. He might be like, all right, put this out, leave this in. Then we definitely collab like that. But if it's just me, I just go. And if it's definitely been some times where like somebody like some bruh or anybody has been in a video might say something that's like on the edge, and I'll be like, ooh, and but it just be like, well, it's it is what it is, and like it's and then ultimately it helps the brand and the business and everything. And so I think I just like let it go and let it flow. So I think that's how I approach it. But I definitely don't knock the letting people because like other people can help you in other heads, especially like from a non producer like content type of standpoint because they're like the consumer of content, so they can definitely give you like feedback. But for me, I just like just posting and just hope I just hope for the best. But like on my TikTok, they don't all go viral and stuff. So like I just post and then IG they'll probably all go like what I mean.
Yeah.
But I just like whatever.
Prepare for the worst, but still praying for the best. Now, I'm definitely, I
Yeah.
feel you because I'm that overthinker. I'm that person that's like,
Hmm.
if I look at it too long or if I run it back too much, I'm gonna end up deleting it. Or even that's why even
Yeah.
when I had to post like my bloopers, just because I was telling people
Yeah.
like y'all see the finish, the final, kind of what goes
Yeah.
on, was done, was here, but y'all don't see all the walkaways, all the I drop stuff, I'm off center, the
Yeah.
light is too bright, everything like that. So it's just like y'all also don't.
Hmm.
What it's like people understand what goes in behind the scenes as like content creators and everything like that, but you also everybody has a different creative process. Everybody has something
Yeah.
going on, and everybody is that when it comes to your own
Uh-huh.
content, when it comes to hitting different sites and socials, you get that perfectionist mindset and that mentality, and sometimes that
Hmm.
can steer you the wrong way. So, all
Yeah.
right,
Especially when you've seen it before. Like once you like seen some type of like
right, right,
some whatever you need or like, you like, oh,
right,
okay, I gotta chase that. So it can definitely get
right.
hard. Yeah.
And I always tell people too, I was just like, a lot of times when I was kind of getting my start and moving around and doing things like
Hmm.
that, I was thinking that I had to have this picture perfect setup. I was thinking that I had to be your $1 million worth of games or your Joe Rogans,
Yeah.
all of this, just to be fancy. And it was just like, yo, if I do all of that to start, or if I come that crazy in the beginning, how do
Yeah.
you get better from that? How do you go if I'm at 100 or so focused on that? What does 101 look like? What does 102
Yeah.
look like? And how much am I really work am I going to have to put in to get to there? So it was just like, I
Hmm.
start at 80, get to 81, 83, 85, work my way to 90, then 90 to 95. I can do all of
Yeah.
that progression and still be putting out meaningful content, still be putting out things that I like and that people resonate with. So
Yeah.
now, thinking about you specifically and your journey, why Houston? I feel like, we heard about
Yeah.
Ohio State came kind of like the Midwest and up there. And I used to think, if people would have asked me back when around the time when I was graduating 2018, where did I want to go? What did I want to do? I was
Yeah.
immediately going to tell you I want to move to Atlanta or I want to move to Charlotte. I just felt like those were two
Hmm.
places that had opportunity. And
Yeah.
especially, and I call it the Black Hub. I said, I feel like if you do anything
Atlanta crazy.
you connect with somebody, you'll find something with somebody who wants to
Yeah.
collaborate, somebody who does what you
You can
do.
go to Waffle House and find somebody that worked for Tyler Perry and then be in the next movie,
You
and
just
then
never
your
know who
life
you
change.
run into out there, from the airport
Yeah.
to the streets to the food spots, the mall, everything like
Hmm.
that. So for you, was Houston always kind of on the map and on the radar? And if not, if so, how has it propelled your creative journey and what you're doing?
I think just from Ohio, bro, like being like black in Ohio, and like I always traveled, so I always knew, like traveled and knew like I didn't want to live in Ohio like for the rest of my life. So once COVID hit and it was like, it was just shut down, I seen Houston was lit still. Atlanta, Houston was going crazy. I'm like, dang, like they ain't even shut down. So I'm like, bro, look, I think I was like 24 at the time. So I'm like, man, look, like if the world shut down again, I got to be somewhere that I'm lit and it's like motion. Like I need motion. Like I think I got ADHD or something. I need stuff that's like just like nonstop. I need stuff to do. So like I always wanted to go to either like Atlanta, Houston, maybe Florida, something like that. So going to Atlanta is kind of like second home. Like everybody go to Atlanta, it's too much. Everybody know each other. It's like a home already. So Houston was kind of new. Everybody kind of moving here now. It's a little bit spacious. A lot of networking. I moved here and like literally almost like everybody that I mess with that's in my camp or I'm like friends with is from out of the state. You know what I mean? So we all just moved here. So it's like a lot of networking opportunity, a lot of black excellence, a lot of like Greek life, HBCU, like TSU here, UH right across the street, like PV down the road. So it's a lot of opportunities to just grow and network. And the people that actually graduate from these colleges, they kind of stay in Houston. So the black excellence doesn't really go anywhere. It's kind of like Atlanta. So with the comedy and the networking, it just helped me and propelled me in ways that Ohio really couldn't. So that's why I moved on to Houston.
Something about Texas, man. I'm telling you, it's
And the
something.
girls, bro, the girls crazy. Like, that
Look,
was
I
like a
think
no
it goes
brainer.
without
Oh
saying.
boy,
Yeah. Nah,
that is boy.
it's definitely a different lifestyle
And
out
the
there.
food.
Anytime between Dallas, Houston, I want to visit more like San Antonio and Austin and things like that. But anytime I'm
I
out
never
there,
go there yet.
connect with somebody and network. And I think it's one of them spots that our generation, even sometimes a little bit younger
Hmm.
than us, are starting to hit now, are starting to move to, relocate to,
Hmm.
cost of living,
Everybody moving to Houston.
all of that, man. I definitely do. I definitely can understand that for sure. So, and I think too, it speaks to the individual that you are, because sometimes we can be in places and spaces like this and not
Hmm.
necessarily embrace it, not immerse ourselves, just
Yeah,
go out here, do this or do that. But the fact that, you move somewhere, kind of a fresh start, a new environment, new scenery, and
yeah.
embrace that, and then you immerse yourself into it, I think that that's also good too, because it can be some uncomfortable moments. It can be some trying
Oh
times.
yeah, for sure.
You can miss your people, miss your folks, miss how things were running back up there, and got to adjust to a different lifestyle out here. And that's not always the easiest transition. So kudos to
Hmm.
you for doing that just the same. Now,
Appreciate that.
what does, and like I said, kind of at the beginning, I know we're gonna have people who are tapping
Hmm.
into you at this point in your journey now, whether it be bros, whether it be other Divine Nine members, podcast
Hmm.
enthusiasts, comedy enthusiasts, anything like that.
Yeah,
What can people who are just finding out about you, just finding out about what you do, hearing your story, hearing your journey, what can they expect moving forward? Now, obviously, I don't want to spoil anything, reveal anything
yeah.
that doesn't need to come to light just yet. But I also want people to have something to look forward to. I'm tapped in with the
Yeah,
following things and hearing your process. We're taking a deeper dive into things, but I also
yeah.
want to know kind of what can we expect moving forward? What's some things that you got on the horizon as we continue to push through the year?
Yeah, I think really like you can just expect more of just like different versions of me. Like it's like split. Like like I'm about to just show everybody my different personalities in a sense. So I'm a like on my Greek side, I'm gonna be hosting shows, going to step shows. I got like the festivals coming up and the picnics for the summer, and I'll probably be at a yard near you. You know what I mean? That type of vibe. Obviously, my content and my videos, I'm uploading 5 times a day on TikTok. Once like I'm doing that. But like on my YouTube and my other videos, even on like TikTok as well, just showing a little bit like my personal life, like my behind the scenes, my non-Greek stuff, my with at the club, flirting with girls, with the like not with the brothers, with my homies, like traveling, vlogs. So it's more so like just my life and what I'm doing because I know a lot of times people think I'm just wearing purple 24/7, but like that's just for the brand, like that's a business, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I'm the bros, and I got a brand, like I got it tatted on me. Of course, I ain't cat, but I could be cat, I don't know, who knows? But Okay. But you feel me? But at the end of the day, like I'm a man and I'm a person and I do a lot of other stuff besides just that. So showing that times 10 and being real consistent in that is what I'm on now, and that's what you could really expect. So yeah.
I love that, man. I love that consistency, man, because it's
Mm-mm.
not easy. And it's as somebody
Mm-mm.
who is in this space, bro, I understand everything that comes with it, the ins, the outs, the pros, the cons, the good, the
Mm-hmm.
bad. But press forward, 1%,
Yeah.
everything of the sort. So I'm encouraging, everybody in some capacity to follow this journey, man. Show some love, show some support. The video
Man.
are there, the content is there, the consistency is definitely there, and it takes nothing to show love. It's not going to hurt me, it's not going to hurt you, it's not going to hurt my dog. So let's make this happen, man, because we could
Man, listen.
collaborations can come from this. I follow a lot of content creators, a lot of people who got things going on, and especially a lot of people in Houston and Texas. So definitely need y'all to tap
Yeah.
in. Definitely don't make me call nobody out. But
Yeah, tap in, man. Follow me for sure.
you spoke about a lot of important things today, but arguably one of the most important is giving people kind of the call to action. The where can we
Hmm.
find you? The social medias, the websites, even for the brothers
Yeah,
out there, the apparel, everything. Because I want to tap in now. I'm excited now. Even the plug in Rika,
yeah,
same as I'm gonna have to hit her up on the side. We definitely gotta
yeah.
make a shake.
She do.
So
She
for
crazy.
I need it. For
Hmm.
everybody who's going to be tapping in, hearing this episode in some form or fashion and listening live, everything like that, just give us everything you got as far as the best places to reach you, social media, website, apparel, everything like that.
Yeah, so all my social media from YouTube to Twitter to Instagram to TikTok is Quail Not Funny. So it's just Quail Not Funny. You feel me? That's all my social media. As far as my merch, our merch page is Twin Trends. That's TWINN Trends. So it's like twins. You feel me, with two N's, and then that's where all our merch at. So you can go to that. All our merch is lined up. You can get yours right now. So like I said, QuailNotFunny on social media, and then twintrends.com for the merch. And then that's, you feel me? Yeah,
I love that. I love that 100%. So I need the bros to tap in. Both two of my LBs was on here. Make sure y'all
yeah,
tap
bro, tap in, bro. Get this
in.
your whole line and tap in and shit. You
Come
know
on
what I
now.
mean?
Faith coming up. We got to be in
It's
trim now.
nostalgia. And,
I
and it's
love
and the girls girls like the animated type of, like, it's a weird type of flex. It's like I had the Naruto and like the nerdy girl, bro. Man, I'm telling you, like, hey, they was like, oh my god, you know it? I'm like, yeah, I watch anime, and it's like it's instant. You know what I mean, bro? I'm telling you, like, hey,
Hey, he's just a messenger, y'all. It's up to y'all to do what y'all do with that information.
uh,
So before we officially close out, I want to know if you have any
mm,
last words out there for any business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives, people tapping in. You feel like there's anything we haven't touched on today that you want to leave the people with out there?
I'll probably say, like, man, I'll probably say, like, I think Kevin Gates said this. He said the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. So, like, a lot of people be coming up to me like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm like, you need to just do it. You feel me? So just like all that, like, it's cliche, but really you got to stay consistent. And if you really want to, you really want to do your business or your content or whatever, just stay consistent and keep doing it, and you'll see something from your fruit. You'll see fruit from your labor. So yeah,
And if y'all need any more evidence to that, just go through the content, go through his page, and
yeah,
watch all the videos, watch even the
yeah, yeah.
analytics for
Watch the
something
first
like
video and see them
that.
views.
And switch all the
See,
way up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody's gonna come across it
man,
at some point in your journey. Some people gonna be tapping in with you in the beginning stages, the middle stages, the viral stages, them successful stages. Just always give
yeah,
them something to remember and look at it, but appreciate your journey and your story just the same. So, Quail, man, like I
yeah,
said, bro, it was a pleasure connecting with you in
same.
Houston. I appreciate the quick turnaround time. I'm definitely looking forward to getting this out there to the people. Definitely looking to
Sure,
push
bro.
this out there to the bros. And this is definitely not our last rodeo. I'll definitely be in
No,
Houston.
no.
Definitely follow up, even make some things shake in person. So
Yeah,
to
for sure,
everybody
bro.
who continuously taps in, to all of the bros, to everybody who is coming from Quail's side, my side, newcomers,
Mm.
everybody, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. This has been another episode of the Down to Business podcast. Here with Tamar Turner.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.